2 vlogs in one day. I'm being reactive, and I just got off the phone or off the Zoom with my oncologist and wanted to share real quick about the fun that she told me. I went through all my list of side effects that I've been having, because this was like our touch base of between the Lupron and Tamoxifen, like, how are you doing with all these things that you've been on? So I went through my list of all the things, and I wish I could like have a second phone to pull it up because the list is on my phone, which I'll briefly just list for you now between side effects that I've had. Mood changes, crying for no reason, small bouts of depression, abdominal cramping, joint stiffness in my foot, leg cramps in my foot, insomnia, but then days where I sleep all the time. What else? Oh, this is an interesting one. I mentioned to her about the libido thing that, like, yeah, if you have little kids watching, put them to the side for right now. I mentioned to her about the masturbating stuff, and I said, like, you know, I know that Lupron says, like, there's only 4 side effects, it says, and the last 2 where you can't have an orgasm and you lose your libido. And I told her, you know, I was trying to be proactive with that and purposely, like, masturbating so that I would not lose my ability to have an orgasm. But I told her it got to the point where, like, it just wasn't enough. I'm like, I wanted to, like, go to the store and pick up new toys because it just wasn't enough. And she said, she started, like, not laughing, but she's like, well, some people have the exact opposite effect. Like, she said, for some people, it causes your libido to go through the roof. And she's smiling, and she's like, well, that's not a bad side effect. And I'm like, I guess not, except for this, you know, I'm going to be putting some money into the store where I buy my toys to buy some more. But I didn't know that, like, the opposite of that was also a side effect. So there's that. Other side effects. I feel like I'm skinnier. My belly looks skinnier, but the scale still says that I weigh the same amount of weight. And it's like 15 pounds more than I was, like, that I usually am, like, than my comfortable weight. But I have a butt all of a sudden, and I didn't have a butt before. I like my new butt. So there's that. Other side effects. Oh, the hot flashes, which are like not flashes. They're like, you know, I'm hot for like an hour or 2, and then it goes away. But overall, I think I'm just warm most of the time. I'm really never cold. When I go outside, it's 30 degrees out. I'm not cold. Today I went out. It was like 40. I didn't have a jacket on because I was comfortable in this, which is like super thin. My blood pressure was high before I got on my appointment, but I also was at MGH this morning. If you missed that Zoom or vlog, you can just go back to the one I just did earlier today. I think that's part of why my my blood pressure was up, and I did see the results from the ultrasound that came back. I'm not flipping out about them because the one thing that it said apparently happens in like half of all people, so it's probably nothing. What other side effects am I missing? I can't remember. I think I did all of them. I don't know. You can rewatch all the vlogs to see. But I went through all of them, and to me there was like 20 different things that I listed as side effects. I said loss of appetite I had, apparently, in my phone, which I guess was a side effect the first time that I had Lupron, but it's definitely not a side effect now. If anything, I've been craving like weird things to eat. Not weird, like I was super craving food, but like carbs and stuff last week. And then that went away. The reason why I wanted to vlog again was because she introduced me to the new word of the day, which is Zometa. Zometa? I forgot already how to pronounce it. Zometa, I think. Cool name to name, like, your daughter, I guess. But it's also a medication. And not only is it a medication, it's a 15-minute infusion. Infusion reminds me of the infusion center, which is the chairs that you sit in when people have chemo. And I'm like, a 15-minute infusion? I've never had an infusion ever. I don't like going to the infusion center, even for my 2-second Lupron injection, and that's it. So now, to add to my cocktail of shit, I need to go to, next time I go for my Lupron injection, which will be in a month, or a month and a day, 4 weeks and a day, I need to go for a 15-minute Zometa infusion. Not because there's anything wrong, because maybe they're just realizing something new. I don't know. It's another like insurance policy. You get it once every 6 months, and it just is something else that that keeps your body from having the cancer come back. So I get like, you know, she's a top-notch oncologist. She's telling me I should have this done. It's once every 6 months. It's not like the end of the world. Side effects, she said, she asked me about my teeth, which is funny because like I've had this chipped tooth. I've had this chipped tooth throughout all this crap, and I just haven't gone to the dentist to have it taken care of because I've been a little busy with other stuff, and my vanity was like, whatever, it's just like a tooth. My vanity. Look at my hair. Ugh. I'm getting my hair colored and cut tomorrow, so that'll be nice. But she said that it could cause in like less than 1% of people something with your jaw. So we'll see what happens. And after you have the infusion, you could have flu-like symptoms for a couple of days. Great. But would you rather have flu-like symptoms, or would you rather have your cancer come back? You know, fine, I'll do it. It also helps build bones, which when she said that, I'm like, well, that's convenient for any woman as they get older. I don't have any bone issues, but then I think about the kidney stone stuff, and I mentioned on the vlog earlier that I did before that I'm going for a bone density test in December in a couple of weeks, and there's nothing wrong, but they just want to check because of the whole drama with my kidney stone and how that's all related. When I had my kidney stone, basically my body was, my parathyroid hormone was like super high, and the glands were like misfiring or firing because something was amiss. And basically what my body did was suck or calcium from my bones and overload my bloodstream with calcium, and they bonded together, and that's what caused my kidney stone. And if you've ever had a kidney stone before, you would know that you would want to do whatever you can so you don't have another kidney stone, because that shit hurts, man. When they say like it hurts more than childbirth, it is true. I have had 2 children, both you know, vaginally, and it hurts more than childbirth. I will say that. At least if, like, for me, I had medication to, you know, epidurals and all that fun stuff. When you have a kidney stone, by the time it all happens, it's you're in excruciating pain on the floor, like screaming. I've never, ever been in pain like that ever before. And by the time you get to the hospital and all that crap, and like, they're like, oh, we'll give you morphine. And it takes like an hour and a half for shit to get done. And then for me, it was like, oh, you know, they never gave me the morphine because by the time they got everything all situated, the stone had moved and the pain went away. Anyway, it feels like someone's, I'm not even exaggerating, it feels like someone's taking a knife and stabbing you in the back, like on the side where your kidney is, and they're just like stabbing you, like not in and out, like they stab you in and they just keep it in there pushed in. That's what it feels like when you have a kidney stone moving from your kidney to your ureter. Yeah. So I think I named him Fred. I did pass him after a month. Named him Fred. Had to pee in a cone every day. That was lovely. All the stuff that was going on. And now I have to go for this fucking 15-minute infusion. And like, I don't want to go to have something else done. I will do it because I know it's the right thing to do, but I'm not happy about it. And now I have to Google Zometa and look it up. It's a really cool name, but I need to look it up. And like, I don't want to have flu-like symptoms every 6 months. And I don't want to go to the infusion center for something more. And I don't want to sit in the fucking chairs that are in the infusion center, as comfortable as they are, because that's where people go for chemo. And yes, I don't need chemo, but I don't want to sit in those goddamn chairs. And when I first found out about all this stuff, like a bucket list thing I had a long time ago was I always wanted a Louis Vuitton purse. I also am pretty frugal as a person. But before I got divorced, I did get a Louis Vuitton purse, and it was the cheapest, smallest one they had. And it was weird because even today I was thinking like I wanted to Google crossbody purses because I'm having a hard time with like using a purse. Like to carry it, it's heavy. If I have it crossbody, you know, the strap is across my boobs, which is not comfortable. And I'm like, what do people do? I don't know. I should look it up. But I remember thinking when I first found out that I have cancer, I have had cancer, I was thinking like, oh, I should go to Copley Square, which is like, you go there to buy ridiculously expensive things. I should go to Copley Square when I find out that, you know, that I'm going to need chemo and I want to buy a Louis Vuitton tote bag. So I could bring my Louis Vuitton tote bag to the infusion center and have my, you know, chemo. And then when I found out I didn't need chemo, I'm like, well, it's a good thing I didn't do that because like I could use that money for other things. And I don't really know how much I want a Louis Vuitton tote bag. Like I want something, but I don't even want to have to buy a bag. I just don't want to go to the stupid infusion center for anything. It's just like one more thing added on, and it's freaking ass annoying. And it's like 5:42 right now. I want to spend some time with my son because they're going to my kids are going to their father's for Thanksgiving, which as all you divorced parent or single parents out there, or I should say divorced parents, because you know when you're sharing holidays and stuff, it's hard when your kids aren't with you for a holiday. And yeah, I want to spend time with him, but I wanted to just let all this crap out before I leave my room. And I was going to make dinner. I was going to make a nice bolognese sauce. I haven't made dinner, like cooked, in a while. My kitchen, I have like 8 more days, I think, before my kitchen is habitable again. But I can use the stove and I can use the oven. But honestly, like, I bought $6 worth of ground turkey. And I don't want to cook it. It's 5:45. I just want to order something. Like, seriously? A 15-minute infusion? I don't want to do an infusion. I don't wanna. And I told her I'm acting like a toddler. I'm like, but I want to understand what this is for, and I'm not going to be like an insubordinate, disrespectful toddler. Obviously, she knows what she's doing, and then she kept saying at the end, she's like, well, I'm glad that you're doing so great. And I'm like, great. I'm like, did you not hear all the side effects that I just told you about? Like, maybe if she talked to me like 3 days ago or something when I was in a crappy mood and not feeling well, maybe that would have packed more of a punch. But she looks at me and, like, I don't know, like my hair is like all in this bun, and I need to shower, and like I don't feel all put together. And she's like, oh, you're doing great. And, you know, she's just talking about how great I'm doing. And I'm like, my boobs hurt, and here are my list of 15 side effects, and that's great. Okay. I don't feel great. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and go, I feel great. Maybe I should start doing that. Mind over matter. Maybe I should wake up in the morning and just say, I feel great, whether I mean to or not, or whether I mean it or not. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Fake it till you make it, if you say it so many times. I'm doing great. When I'm at like the sex shop spending $200 on toys, I'll be like, I'm doing great. But I will not go to Copley Square and buy a Louis Vuitton bag. I feel like I should do something for myself. But I'm not going to be reactive. So I'm going to give it some time before I decide what I want to do to treat myself for having to deal with a fucking 15-minute infusion. And I would apologize for all my F-bombs, but I'm not really sorry, because this is how I speak now, since I'm punchy. But I'm punchy, and I'm punchy, and I'm fine. I'm great. I'm doing so well. And I'm grateful for the doctors that I have. I don't want to seem ungrateful. I just wanted to pop on here just to let you know the result of that appointment. So that the whole oncology thing was touching base after my second Lupron injection. Oh, and so I said to her, one of the questions I had for her was, because I never got my period, and that's great because, the bleeding is an issue. Like sometimes with the meds, the bleeding can actually get worse. And I said, no, I didn't get my period at all. So that's good news. So I said to her, like, how do I know when I'm actually in menopause that you would switch me to the aromatase inhibitor? Because I thought I was only going to be in the Lupron for like 2 or 3 cycles, and then they would switch me off the Tamoxifen and switch to the aromatase inhibitor. And she's like, well, you're doing really well and you're not bleeding now. She's like, so probably 2 years. I'm like, 2 years? Years? I thought like January, February, 2 years. Like 2 years? 2 years of hot flashes. 2 years. And she's like, you're going through menopause. She's like, that's why your body's doing this. You're going through menopause, and my body would be going through menopause anyway. It's just like, now it's going through menopause now because of the Lupron. So no matter what, like this would be happening to me. So 2 years of abdominal cramping, 2 years of being hot all the time, 2 years of punchiness, 2 years of dropping F-bombs like all the time. Not at work. I'm very poised there. The joint stiffness, I told her like my right ankle has been, or mostly my heel actually has been very tight. I had this bizarro foot cramp spasm thing. Granted, that happened before all this stuff started. So that's not because of the meds, but joint stiffness is a side effect from the meds. But I'm doing great. And I get to be this kind of great for 2 years. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2 years. That's crazy. But then you're on the Tamoxifen for 5 years. And then like usually another 5 after that. So it's like, here's just yet another fucking reminder that, yes, you had cancer. Like, yeah, you got to get used to my arm. And like, I took a break from work and I have to still go back to work to finish off my work day. But I have to be cognizant of my arm because I can't, do too much with the mouse and stuff and typing with my right arm. And oh, by the way, you have to learn to love your implants, even though now you have no nipples and these scars that will get better over time. But right now it's like, whatever. I don't hate them anymore. But it's like there's so many fucking moving parts. Holy shit, there's so many damn moving parts. On Facebook, there's like this stupid, you plug in like if you were a tree, which tree would you be and why? Jennifer is an elm tree because blah, 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 whatever, like just stupid crap. And one of them was like, it was about Santa. I can't remember what the question was. But it said like, Jennifer's not on the crazy train. She's driving it or something like that. And I'm like, that's pretty accurate. Or she's not a passenger on the crazy train, like she's the one who's driving it. Navigation. I keep looking over the side, but it's because I wrote stuff in my journal. Navigation. I'm navigating the crazy train. And now the crazy train has Zometa. Oh my God. Zoo. It's like my life right now is a zoo. And I feel like if you don't kind of smile and laugh about it, like you lose your shit. Oh my God. Zometa. Oh boy. 15-minute infusion. I could just keep staring at it. Like, that's, this is what I keep staring at. Zometa. Like, what the hell? Once every 6 months. Oh my God. Like, what the hell's happened to my life? Like, did I have a bra that looks like this? Like, this is what I sleep in, you know? It's like, look how sexy this shit is here. I have this bra that has, like, Velcro. Like, how cool is that? There's Velcro, and there's, like, it zips in the front. You know, here, look how sexy that is. Yeah, my best friend is a freaking burrito that used to be a taco. I mean, what the hell? Maybe this is comedic. I don't know. I don't know. So I'll just stare at my computer that's like this. Because I'm like, that's how I feel right now. It's like, whoa. I don't know. So bizarro. All right, I'm going to stop talking now. That was my follow-up after the Lupron. And I am not going to make dinner. I'm going to go pick something up. Because. All right, that's it. Bye, everyone.